Hello there. If you like truth, you'll like it here. Welcome. Dear Jennifer Lopez, this is not anything new. You may want to try being in love with yourself first. Full disclosure, J-Lo, my dear, you just spent $20 million to tell us something that we already knew. You hate to be alone. You are dependent on men for fulfillment and satisfaction, which is why you're on husband number 3, 4, 12. This isn't anything new, and I love that you want to celebrate it and make a whole movie about it. But I've seen this before. Many of us have. You won't be the first woman or man that needs to be attached to someone to validate his or her worth. You're just probably one of the only ones rich enough, and if you don't mind me saying, vain enough to make a whole movie about it. A movie that I, for one, won't be watching. Can I be honest with you? I know you think this just makes you look like you're a romantic, but to me, it makes you look like a desperate older woman who, despite having lived for over half a century, still hasn't learned to enjoy her own company. This doesn't make you look like you're a romantic. It makes you look kind of sad. J-Lo, let's call a thing a thing. You are a woman in her mid-50s who can't stand her own company. That's pretty telling. And again, sad. Especially when you think about the fact that, with all the time you've had with your own company and getting to know your own company, you should love your own company most. And I'll bet if you did, some of those previous husbands would have too. You're asking men to do for you what you can't or won't do for yourself. And that's spend time with you. Get to know you. Love you and all that entails, fully and wholeheartedly. Just think about this. If you don't want to spend the night at your own house, what makes you think someone else will want to spend the night there? You're asking for these men to do for you what you won't do for yourself. And that sounds like a big ask. It sounds like a lot. And to be honest, you sound like a lot. If you haven't already, I would suggest seeking professional help because, as I said, this isn't romantic. It's sad. There is nothing like your own company. Enjoying your own company. And a funny thing happens when you do. When you enjoy your own company, other people do too. If you don't want to be alone with you, what makes you think anyone else will want to either? It's no wonder your current husband is always somewhere angrily drinking his way out of a Dunkin' Donuts coffee cup. As an alleged recovering alcoholic, he can't have alcohol, so he has resorted to darn near sucking the writing off his Dunkin' Donuts coffee cup. No one is responsible for the actions of another, but I could see how you could drive a person to drinking, or at least not be good for them if they already have a problem with drinking. And I don't just mean how selfish it is that you've started or are starting an alcohol company as the wife of a man who struggles with alcohol addiction. That's a big problem, a huge red flag, but it's not even what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that you seem like you're a bit too much, mama. So thirsty and needy, but that thirst will never be quenched because you're looking for fulfillment from others. The only drink that will quench your thirst is the one you pour for yourself. You know how most moms love being moms, but also low-key can't wait until their baby is out of that newborn through toddler phase? I mean, don't get me wrong. We absolutely love it. They smell amazing. We love their little giggles, their hair, their toes, their little toothless gums. But we also do a little praise dance when they are old enough to do some things for themselves, like when they can feed themselves or go to the potty by themselves. Do you know why that is? It's because we are happy to have a bit of a break. We are happy that they don't need us as much. We are happy that they can be self-sufficient and self-contained so we can start to regain bits and pieces of ourselves again. The bits and pieces we may have sacrificed to care for them with everything we have in us. You seem like that. You seem like you would need all of what someone has inside of them for you. Like you'd need them to constantly show you that you're important, worthy, appreciated, loved, seen, heard, for you to feel love. Can't you do that? At least some of it for yourself? Can't you show or tell yourself you're important? Can't you show or tell yourself you're worthy? Can't you show some appreciation and love to yourself? What about seeing and hearing yourself? You getting to know you before expecting others to see and hear you. You come across as incredibly vain, but I think it's a facade. I have not watched your movie, so maybe you admit this in it, but I think on the inside you're quite unsettled and uncertain about yourself, despite coming across as vain and self-centered. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still think you're self-centered. After all, who would start an alcohol business when they share a life with someone for which alcohol is a disease, where even just being around it can send them spiraling back into the pits of a dark and dangerous place? Why, you, of course. You apparently would. And as you can see, I don't think I'm going to let that whole alcohol business go. So yes, I definitely see you as a self-centered attention seeker. But I think it's because you need it to feel good about yourself. I think you either don't listen to your own voice or don't like what it has to say to you, which is probably why you feel a constant need to be in relationship with another. By being in a relationship with another, you can substitute their required approval of you for your lack of it for yourself. As I told you, we've all seen this before. It is not anything new, and it definitely didn't need $20 million to be stated. For a subscribe and a like, I would have said it for you for free, and you could have saved that money. Just saying. By the way, I'm not saying you have to be alone, but if I can be honest, which you should see by now that I always will be, it sounds like you already are. Alone, that is. It sounds like you're already alone and you're desperately seeking someone, anyone, because God knows, although you want us to believe that Ben Affleck is your great love, you had just been engaged to A-Rod months before. And I'm of the mindset that Ben Affleck was just next up, again. And if not Ben Affleck, it would have simply been the next guy. Your great love is whomever is in front of you at the moment, or in your current season of life. And if and when you and Ben ever break up, there will be another in his place in no time at all. I have no doubt about it. And that's because it's not about the guy. It's about you having someone, anyone, to fulfill that need for love and worthiness and attention and validation that you can't seem to give to yourself. I think for all the flash and dazzle you want to sell, you are a desperate woman who doesn't actually like herself and wonders often if others do. This doesn't require a $20 million movie. It requires a session in a therapist's office. I hope the next romance and great love you find is the one you find within. Only then will you be able to stop the hunt for love from others and enjoy the journey of loving yourself. All right, y'all. That's it, and that's all. Hello there. If you like truth, you'll like it here. Welcome. If you don't, or if you believe in groupthink, or bullying others into believing the popular opinion, then this isn't the place for you. So go ahead and just cancel me now. On this channel, we don't discuss my truth or your truth. We discuss the truth, and no topic is off limits. So, log in, like, subscribe, get comfy, and comment. It's nice to have you here. So let's talk.